afternoon. Welcome to Halftime Report. I'm Sonia Shenoy and with me is Ekta Batra. Things are going very strong for the markets at the moment. In fact, for now, the Nifty is holding well at the 18,066 mark and the Sensex well above 60,500. But very quickly, let's invite our first corporate on the show. We are joined now by Brijesh, the Chief Financial Officer of Thomas Cook, to discuss demand trends, the business outlook, etc. The company has a positive guidance and expects a strong bounce back in growth across segments in the coming quarters. Brijesh, thanks a lot for joining in. You know, travel has come back in a big way, right? Whether it's corporate travel, international, domestic travel for personal use. So I just wanted to ask you, what is the data suggesting at the moment? Are we back to pre-COVID levels? And how has the festive demand been so far?
Yeah, good afternoon. So you are right, the demand has come back, and if you look at various segments of travel, in fact, the corporate travel, which a lot of pundits had predicted that it will go away forever. You know, corporates will not travel, but it's all wrong. Corporate demand has come back, demand has come back, and we are actually higher than the pre-pandemic level as we speak. If you look at the domestic tourism has already reached the pre-pandemic level, and as the trend suggests, we will exceed that as well. If you look at the foreign exchange business is registering about 75% of the recovery, and the balance is pending because of the fact that there are visa-related issues in certain countries, as we know, certain European countries, US and Canada. But as we speak, these are being eased out. We are in touch with the consulates, and they are taking their efforts. As far as the international travel is concerned, international travel in this quarter, June quarter, and the September quarter trend is recovering in a big way. We expect about 40% recovery versus the 18% recovery in June, and this is still muted because of the fact that visa-related challenges are there. But interestingly, some of the destinations, offbeat destinations like Baku, Almaty, Vietnam, Cambodia, South Africa, Mauritius are really picking up. And we are focusing on these countries where visa-related challenges are not there.
Okay. All right. Brijesh, I just wanted to actually push that point forward with regards to what you are seeing when it comes to your entire export business. That's simply because we have a depreciating rupee. We have the rupee, which is currently at 80. We have a gas crisis, which Europe is facing, Russia, Ukraine, though things probably seem to be getting better there. When it comes to the entire developed world market in terms of business, how badly have you probably been hit compared to pre-COVID levels?
If you look at our foreign exchange business, which is the buying and selling of currencies through the physical currency as well as cards, we really haven't seen its impact on us. Yes, you are right, the rupee has depreciated to about 80. But the fact is, student remittance, we all are aware about the rush that we are witnessing in terms of studying abroad. So we are seeing a growth in the student fee remittance. We are seeing a growth in the money transfer to relatives and friends and etc. We are seeing increase in the corporate travel side. So what is happening is this overall rupee depreciation is not really impacting us in any form. In fact, we are not seeing that trend in our leisure international also. People are traveling. People have given an important place of travel in their overall life, and especially post the COVID, we have seen this new trend emerging.
Okay, can you give us some numbers, Brijesh? In Q1, your revenue growth was pretty solid. Of course, it comes on the back of a really low base, right? So you're sitting at almost 980 crores of revenues. What kind of growth are you penciling in for the rest of the year? And also in terms of occupancy levels, on an average, what do you see for the rest of the fiscal?
Right. So, as I mentioned, the September quarter recoveries versus the pre-pandemic level are definitely higher than what we had seen in June quarter. And that's across all the businesses. And we expect that by December quarter, all the businesses who are yet to be recovered fully will get recovered to the pre-pandemic level. And March quarter will be the quarter where we will see a higher number as compared to the pre-pandemic level. While I cannot give a profit forecast or any guidance, but we are seeing quarter on quarter a very decent significant increase in all our businesses, not only in India, but various businesses that we have across various parts of the world.
Can't give us a guidance, Brijesh, but I'm just trying to get some average, because The last 4 years, if you look at it, it has been so volatile for Thomas Cook, right? Before the pandemic, your revenues on an average were about 6,000 crores. That fell to less than 1,000 crores in FY21. In 22, you were about 2,000 crores. So on an average, what do you think you can do? What's a sustainable growth in revenues?
Right. So financial year 22-23, since that year we'll have a recovery which we would witness in a phased manner. Obviously, we won't reach to that number of 6,000 that we saw pre-pandemic, but we believe that in the financial year, the next financial year, which is 23-24, definitely not that 6,000, but we will exceed that because some of the acquisitions that we had done will also start firing in that year. For example, the DigiPhoto acquisition that we had done in 2019. Since then, they have been on an expansion spree with a lot of contracts and all. So, yeah, so we believe that 23-24 will be the year where we will actually cross that number that we were seeing in pre-pandemic.
Okay, Brijesh, I just have two questions which I just want answers to. One is that overall, in terms of guidance, if you had to give us an assessment in terms of corporate growth as well as recreational travel, which one do you see which is probably going to have more potential in terms of growth, as well as domestic versus your, say, export business or international travel?
Corporate travel, as I mentioned, has already reached the pre-pandemic level. And with the new clients that we have acquired during this period, last several months, is going to add further to it. As far as the international is concerned, there is still a potential because, as I mentioned, the major countries like UK, Canada, US visa issues continue. And we believe that in coming months, this will rise in a significant manner. In fact, the new trend that we are seeing is that typically in September quarter, the international travel and the overall domestic recreational travel taper down because of the colleges and schools start. But we haven't seen that trend. In fact, September is actually equivalent to the June quarter. And that's a new trend. So people are now traveling across and we see a lot of potential still there to tag the newer countries and etc.
What is your cash on books? You have a strong cash on books as well, Brijesh. What is the plan? What does it currently stand at? I think as of June, it was at least over 800 odd crores. Where does it stand right now and what is the utilization plans?
Yeah, so in June quarter, you are right, we were at 850 crores. And this we are using for our working capital management. There is no expansion plan as such other than the normal expansion pertaining to our distribution channel. We are investing a lot in digital, in technology. And since the B2B businesses, corporate businesses have increased more than proportionately as compared to the B2C, there is a need to fund them from a working capital point of view. So we are using that for working capital as well as the technological additions that we want to do.
Okay, in one word, Brijesh, can you perhaps post a profit this year? I know it's too soon, but either in FY23 or FY24, can you turn back into profitability?
FY23, see, look, in the first quarter itself, the June quarter, if you look at the standalone numbers, the Thomas Cook standalone, after 3 years, it came into a profitability. And if you look at the consolidated numbers, it was a meager loss of 2.3 crores in June quarter. And with the recoveries that I mentioned, we believe that this will definitely help us in at least maintaining what we did in June quarter and grow further from that.